this is difficult to choose between these. So let's start with Codenames and Mysterium. Which one would you like? I remember you are not the biggest fan of Codenames compared to Mysterium, of course.
I like Codenames. Don't get me wrong. I prefer Mysterium, and
Now,
I'll probably take Mysterium.
if I'm not
My
mistaken,
thing
you
is,
used to dislike or Codenames until I got you Duet, right?
well, no, Duet was one of the games that I enjoyed. I just like Mysterium or Codenames when it was the basic Codenames when it was the lettering. It got better when it came pictures, and then when they got licensing, I enjoyed it a lot more because I can give better clues. When it's just like fruit and you got apple and grape on there,
Right.
that was
Yeah.
my issue with it. I prefer playing with like the Disney or the Marvel or the Harry Potter, Simpsons, something that I have a connection to rather than just
Right.
random words on a board.
Yeah. I I think well I'll go ahead and take Codenames then for the argument. Because I feel I have definitely probably the most experience it because I do have every version except for a couple of the newer themed versions. I still need to get I have Disney. I don't have the Marvel one because I don't care about Marvel. And I don't have the Simpsons just because I haven't bought it yet. Or the Harry Potter. I don't have Harry Potter. Same reason.
Well,
Um,
which is interesting with the Harry Potter one is that it has the duet rules in it.
oh, okay, so it's cooperative then.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about Codenames as a comparative game. It's one of those games where you have to portray information to your team with restricted information. Uh, just like just one and what the you okay over there?
Sorry, my wife just yeah, my wife just got it.
Okay, that's fine. Um, just like just one is you and like Eric said earlier, you can walk in and out of the game and you can be on either side and you can see what people are doing. And I know if I'm walking by like at a convention watching people play code names, I could walk up and have a lot of fun just watching them. Shame,
Why are
Danny.
you being shamed?
Why am I being shamed, Bryce? I'm afraid. Um, No, but like it makes sense though. Like at a convention setting, at a big party, if you see people playing it and they walk over and they hear that clue, oh, uh like strange four, and there's multiple ones. Do we need to take a quick pause real quick?
No, you're fine.
Okay, that's fine. Um, I mean, they have it encompasses the party. Like I was saying, you can have more than 8 players. You could have people just standing and watching and listening to the clues being given, and just try and guess which ones it would be. I love that ability. That's perfect for a party setting to be able to walk in and join in, which you can't do in Mysterium. I mean, you kind of can, but unless you know like everything that has already happened, it's
For
really
not
not.
wanting Marvel, that's why you're shamed.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care. I have Thanos Rising. Give me that much. Um, that's the only Marvel game I own, I think. Uh, but I mean, yeah, I think Codenames is hands down better for a party game. It handles a larger player count, and if you want, and just to even give it one more nod to beating Mysterium, the big advantage Mysterium has over Codenames is the fact that it's cooperative and you're working together. Well, Codenames Duet is cooperative, so
Well, but the
it's
thing
the
is
same
with
game.
Codenames Duet. Listen to the name Duet. It's supposed to be cooperative for a two-player game. That's the big issue
No, no,
with
it
that.
plays more than two
I
players.
know it can play more, but it's called Duet. It's made for two players.
No, it's made for it. The duet means that you're working together. Your
Uh,
two sides are
uh,
working together. That's what a duet is. If
they
there's a
made Duet because people were complaining they didn't have a two-player option to play Codenames.
okay, and that's fine. But you can play more players. It's better for a party setting. It's quicker, and you have that ability to mix and match all these different things like the theme versions, and it all still makes sense. So my vote is handily for code names, but please argue Mysterium because yeah, I want to see.
Honestly, with Mysterium, as I agree, Codenames is a great choice. Mysterium, just like I said, goes down well with people who are not familiar with modern board gaming. That the artwork is beautiful, and then seeing the ghost go, crap, it have to dump cards by using his crows and just people table talk. And that's the big thing about it too is table talk that I really enjoy. And you can have table talk in Codenames, but you don't want to give the other team clues of what you're trying to do as well. So with Mysterium, you can table talk, be like, oh, I think this is pointing to this location. Or my favorite thing is like if someone is reading the ghost really well and they're pointing to where their direction is going, once they're done, the ghost can use them instead of using their crows to just dump shuffle cards out of their thing. Oh, I have 7 cards in my hand. None of these point to anybody else. Here, that's your set of cards. Let me get 7 more. This way I can help something out. There's ways to mitigate this game, and it just, again, it goes down to the fact that people who don't play modern board games request to play this game. Or just not just modern board games, don't play board games in general and be like, hey, can we play Mysterium? Because it's that much fun, and you just have... It's not as big of a group as, say, Codenames could have, because people can jump in and jump out. But in all honesty, I don't really have huge parties, and when we do have huge parties, we're not really playing board games. We're more doing social interactions and stuff like that. With a smaller setting, when I just have a few friends over, a group of friends, it's something that hits the table a lot easier, especially when you just want to chill and have fun and hang out with your friends while playing a fun board game. And to me, that's why Mysterium, it has my vote. It's such a simpler game to get to the table with people who don't know how to play board games, because all they have to do is like, I think this is pointing to this. That's all they have to do. They don't have to go, okay, well, it could be this, this, and this, but he only said 2, so I don't know if I want to use this one or this one or this one and this one, because sometimes that's a detraction for people. At least with Mysterium, other people can help you deduce what your cards are trying to tell you. Strictly co-op.
I don't disagree with that, but I mean, just because you have smaller party, and I don't really have parties per se, but the list.
Just because your wife's family is so huge is not an argument.
No, that's not an argument. I agree with you. I don't tend to have big parties. For a game night, I would pick Mysterium, but for a party, I would never bring out Mysterium. I would bring out Codenames.
I've played Mysterium more at parties than I've played Codenames at parties, so your argument there is invalid.
No. I mean, just because you've played them more. Codenames sells millions of copies
too,
for that reason.
You can actually play in teams. If like you have a big party, you can have couples be one color and working clues together. So you can hold up to 14 or 12 people on one team.
Sure, yeah, but if you're at a party, you want to be able to relax. You could be distracted. You can look at Codenames. You can watch what other people are doing. It makes more sense. It's more accessible. And I disagree that Mysterium is an easier game to learn than Codenames. Codenames is incredibly simple.
It is incredibly simple now.
What do you mean
it was like
now?
Lettery, well, when it was just regular Codenames, you have people who have reading disabilities.
But that doesn't matter though.
No. Okay, who is that a knock at, me or Danny?
I'm sure it's at me. Anyway, no, I strongly believe that Codenames is by far the better game for parties than Mysterium. They're both really good, which is why they're on this list.
I can't argue that fact, because I've had more people have fun playing Mysterium at parties than I've had people had fun playing Codenames. There was a reason why I originally didn't like Codenames, because it's really quiet game because people are thinking. Mysterium actually engages people, and there's table talk where people are actually talking to each other about what they think is what's going on.
No, but Codenames holds up the table talk just as well, especially if it's that.
Not with what's going.
Well, that's what people are doing in Mysterium too, especially while they're waiting for the ghost to give the clues. Everything is on that one person.
I have never played a game of Mysterium where it's that quiet, because when someone's getting a clues, they're looking at those clue cards and I'm like, okay, well, these are pointing to the nun, and because it's black and white, and you got the heaven and hell symbology here, and so
yeah, it was a knock at me. Is what Bryce's saying. All right, cool. So what are our tie-breaking categories?
All right, so our tie-breaking categories are theme.
Okay. Theme.
Mechanism.
Okay.
People's choice.
Okay.
Accessibility. Art and production, and player count.
Okay. Let's
So
get the
right
E.
now, off the top of my head, thematic wise, connection to the game, I think Mysterium gets the feat.
Right. I agree with that. Same with the art.
Yeah, I'll give you the art as well too.
Yep. Same with the art. I
People's
completely agree.
Choice on our poll has Codenames leading by a mile.
Yep. And then, yeah, quite a bit. And also the player count
Yeah, they have a
is
player count.
wider for Codenames as well. So
I think the mechanism is better in Mysterium just because of the openness of it, basically.
okay.
Whereas you're getting the interpretation off the artwork that's handed to you, whether it's one card or four cards. It's all dependent upon the artwork that's in front of you trying to point to it. Whereas Codenames is just, hey, this one word, so let's just say Disney points to these three cards, and you only have two cards out of that.
Okay.
So I think mechanism goes to Mysterium on that aspect.
Okay. It's a better game. But accessibility and what that also means though is the ability to be able to go in and out of the game because of a party setting. And Codenames really does. If you miss one clue on Codenames, you miss a clue. That's fine. But if you miss a clue in Mysterium,
if I'm reading our tiebreaker correctly, it's 3-3.
it's 3-3, and we agree that we're going to go with People's Choice as the big factor, so that would push Codenames up. Actually, I'm curious, Bryce, which one would you pick between those two, Codenames or Mysterium?
Well, he probably wouldn't pick Mysterium because Obscurio kills it for him.
That's true. That's a good point. So Codenames is the winner.
And even with Bryce's vote, if he voted Mysterium, it would be... Let's see where the poll is at right now. And I just lost it.
No worries.
Last I saw it was like 7-4, so it would be like 7-5.
Now, granted, Mysterium was the second place, so it's still significant. All right, cool. Then.
Yes, it would be 7-5 right as of right now.
Cool. Then let's go on to the next one, which is Decrypto versus Just One. Talking about similar games.
Oh, he actually would pick Mysterium.
Mysterium? Cool. Alright, well then there you go. Mysterium would Codenames would still go up, but I mean, I agree. Mysterium is a more enjoyable experience, but for a party game, Codenames still, yeah. There's a reason that people vote it.
I don't see Codenames as a really good party game, just because a lot of the silence, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's fair.
To me, even though it's number one, it's probably not my favorite Codenames. It's not my favorite party game on this list.
Right.
We're actually
going to
talk about my favorite party game on this list.
We're about to right now. So I'll take Decrypto, and you'll take Just One, I'm guessing?
Yeah, Just One.
All right.
It's to me, it's the best game on this list for the simple reason, as you were arguing with Codenames, accessibility, and people coming in and out, you can't really do it with Just One, but you can if you have 7 players and one person has to leave, you can still play the game properly. If you have more whiteboards, you can actually play it with more people, and it'd probably just be crazy mess, but it'd still be fun to do.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. In Decrypto, you really can't move in and out. You can't. You can have other people come in and watch the clues, but if you're missing a clue from part of earlier in the game, that's going to hinder you hugely in a later part of the game. That in-jokes.
And to me, with Just One, what makes it a great party game, not only because of the accessibility, people coming in and out and still not messing up the game, is just how simple the game is to explain, too. And that goes against the accessibility. All you got to say is, you pick a number 1 through 5, and we all can give you just one-word answers for you to try to pick that clue. However, if we match, those clues are eliminated. So now, if we have 7 players and 2 of them match, you get 5 clues instead of, or 6 clues, 4 clues. What is it? Because it's one person is guessing if you play the full 7, so you get 6 clues. If 2 of them are missing, you get 4 clues. That's how you're going to decide what your word is.
Yeah.
If you guess wrong, you lose 2 cards. If you pass, you just lose the card. If you succeed, you gain the card. So it's real simple.
Yep.
You're trying to get the highest score possible. to see where you're at. I have not scored past average. My highest score right now playing it, and I've played it probably 5 or 6 times this year.
Yeah.
And I think our average is 8. Just one will take number 1.
That's what Bryce is hoping. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll still see on that. I mean, because yeah, I don't disagree with you. Decrypto is a phenomenal game. It has a wider range that it can play up to. But that team versus team, it's such a heady deduction game that it would be hard for me to say that it's a better party game than the lightness of just one. Because if we're talking like old school party games like Pictionary and Gestures and whatever the miming one is and all those, like this feels like I remember I heard a quote about just one that people said, and I can't believe, like I agree with it. People say when they play it, they're like, how did nobody come up with this yet? How is this not a new, or how is this a new thing? This seems like a game that should be a classic party game that should have been played for decades, and I think it will still be. So yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Bryce is basically saying he doesn't hope, he knows just one.
Right.
One.
No, yeah. Hoping, knowing. Yeah, alright. I don't disagree with just one going up.
Yeah,
Alright.
Alright.
Those were our
so
semifinals.
Just one versus Codenames in the finals.
Wow. That is two Spiel des Jahres winners. Let's talk about this for a minute. Let's just compare two games where you give a one-word clue. Two games that both have... One is dependently cooperative. One has an optional co-op.
Yeah.
You create the clues in just one, which you create the clues for Codenames too.
Yeah, no, it's weird that they're a lot similar, but I think one is a lot simpler and easier to get to the